Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about Superman movie because I want to talk about merchandise, right? Because if you have a big blockbuster movie, right, and you release merchandise for it. Now, I might not be a business person, so forgive me. If you make merchandise for your movie, aren't you hoping that people are going to buy the merchandise that ties into the movie and that helps the movie itself, since most people aren't buying Blu-rays and DVDs anymore, since Hollywood decided to get rid of that nonsense, right? So if I'm a company and I'm releasing a Superman movie, right, and I'm releasing merchandise for it, and the merchandise isn't selling, isn't that a problem? And the reason why I want to say that is because I was talking to some people recently about the Superman movie. They think the movie is going to look good. They think that all the shots that they saw was freaking amazing because this is what Superman is. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, okay. If you say so. But I was talking about, okay, well, if that's the case, how come the merchandise for it's not moving anywhere? How come people really aren't interacting with the movie like you think they are? And then the guy was like, well, who cares about all that stuff? It's about the people that show up at the box office. No, that's not how that damn works, because all of the merchandise, the tie-in stuff goes into other companies, which means that's money that comes out of that movie that goes to those companies. These companies didn't just sacrifice money and partnership deals to not get anything out of return. You get what I'm saying? The fact that you got Ross exclusive Superman the movie toys, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Ross is on the same level as Ollie's. You will want to actually have movies. I mean, you will actually want to have merchandise that's marketable, that's sellable to the audience. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to sell them something that they can't really, you know what I mean? They can't really vibe with. That's how I look at it, right? So if I'm making a Superman and you're telling me that the merchandise doesn't matter, the tie-in stuff doesn't matter, it's all about the movie, then why did you make the merchandise? Because merchandise, that's a lot of money that goes into manufacturing this kind of stuff. And if you're not going to buy the merchandise, then what's the point, right? Because I want you to buy the merchandise. And ain't it funny how that it was excused? Because I was like, okay, well then how come Henry Cavill's Superman merchandise sold back in the day? Well, that's then, this is now. But as a company, they made merchandise for you to buy, but you just said that you don't care for the merchandise because the merchandise doesn't look all that appealing. That means they failed. The fuck you mean? You're not buying the nerd merchandise for the Superman movie because the shit looked terrible. Oh, so we're in agreement that the merchandise looks terrible, but who cares about the merchandise? It's about the movie. What? No. I mean, yes, it should be about the movie, but also the merchandise should help. It's the same thing with the Batman stuff. When all y'all was like, oh, the Batman movie merchandise is so amazing or whatever, but nobody was really buying it. Again, that is a problem. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all. Like, y'all can't keep sitting up here making excuses for this stuff and saying that, oh, it's not, y'all gotta let people over, stupid. We have to get over. Like, you can't keep sitting up here saying that the stuff doesn't sell. Of course it doesn't sell. But don't you want to make something that actually sells? Don't you want stuff to be good? Don't you want the merchandise to be good? You know what I'm saying? Why would you purposely not care? And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying when I'm talking to people and they're sitting up here trying to justify James Gunn's Superman. You're trying to justify James Gunn's Superman, but ignore the factors that, okay, merchandise needs to sell, you don't. So you're telling me that you don't care about the merchandise sales. You don't care about the merchandise of Superman at all. You don't care about the tie-in stuff at all. And you're saying that Superman the movie is going to be an amazing Superman movie because Superman shouldn't be a dark character, but yet you brought Absolute Superman, which is a dark take on Superman in the Absolute universe, which is a darker take on Superman. And then you contradict yourself by saying that, well, yeah, the Absolute universe is Elseworlds, so you can't really. Oh, whoa, time out, flag on the play. Is the DCEU not also Elseworld? Well, yeah, it's a different take on the DC universe. Okay, then. So you once again, I catch everybody in their contradiction, lies of hypocrisy and bullshit when it comes to this Superman movie. Because 1 minute you're celebrating the Absolute universe for being a different take on the DC universe, but you're criticizing the DCEU for being a different take on the DC universe. But you're also celebrating the Superman movie because it's bright and it looks good, even though it really doesn't. But you also said that you don't care about the merchandise because the merchandise is ugly. I'm sorry, what the hell am I missing here? Because that's whiplash on whiplash. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, people aren't really over here sitting up here trying to convince themselves that this Superman movie is good when it's really not. I'm gonna have to disagree. I think this Superman movie looks amazing. The CGI was amazing. What eyes you got? Because I need them eyes. And I get it. You can love Superman, but don't sit up here and lie and be like, this shit look good when it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you said that the DCU was too dark or whatever, or Superman was just too whatever. But did you get but my thing is, we didn't let it have its moment. Because once again, Henry Cavill was supposed to have 3 solo movies, right? You expect Superman to be Superman the first time you meet him, but this is an origin story for Superman in this world of the DC universe, right? Just like Absolute Superman was the origin for that Superman of that DC universe, and you liked it, right? You let that give a chance, but you didn't let Henry Cavill Superman get a chance to become that Superman that you wanted. I don't know. I just find it very funny how that works. But yeah, that was my quick little moment in the sun right there. It just proves that people are kind of blind to everything. But that's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.